Merhaba arkadaşlar. Welcome to the second episode. Before beginning the new episode, I would like to briefly explain the subject pronoun. As in English we have I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. They are equivalent in Turkish. I, ben, you, sen, he, she, it, o, we, biz, you, siz, they, onlar. And their equivalent passive adjective my, benim, your, senin, his or her or its, onun, our, bizim, your, sizin, theirs, onların. One of the important thing that you should know about Turkish language is that it is genderless. So for he or she you do not have a specific pronoun. Generally we use o for all of them. It means if either it is male or female, no discrimination. It's great to this from this point of view. I think it is a good language. Well, similarly, you should know that I'm mostly using Duolingo as my main resource for learning Turkish. Therefore, I strongly recommend Duolingo for learning any language, specifically that I have the experience of learning Turkish on Duolingo. I recommend this for you as well. You can create your account and start learning any language, which Turkish is also available in Duolingo. And from here I would like to dearly thank this team for providing such a resource. And these notes that I am explaining to you is also taken from Duolingo. So after understanding the sounds harmony, vowel and consonant, the second important thing for a basic learner is understanding the noun cases. Generally there are 7 cases with the noun. You need to understand them as a basic learner in order to smoothly learn language. It is not specific. Linguists will say 7, 6, 5 or whatever, but I think these 7 are mostly used. Whenever you are learning Turkish language, you encounter them a lot. So, a nominative case, accusative case, dative case, locative case, ablative case, instrumental case, and genitive case. In nominative case, it is the main form of noun without any suffix or prefix. As I already told you that Turkish language is a language of suffixes. It means for every specific things we add a specific suffix. So whenever you are using the main form of a noun, that is called the nominative form. Well, that needs no further explanations. Accusative case. Accusative case, it is used when a noun is used as a definite object. Whenever the noun function as a definite or direct object, we use accusative case. For such cases in English we have the, when a noun is clear, or when a noun is a direct object, a specific, so we use the in English. And in Turkish we add a suffix for that case. When a noun is as a specific direct object, we add one of these 4 suffixes considering the vowel harmony. Now you know when to add each of these suffixes. Well, let's see some examples here. For example, ben gazete okurum. I read newspapers or I read a newspaper. But here ben gazeteye okurum. I read the newspaper. See, here I said that one of these four letters as a suffix can be added to a noun in order to make it a specific direct object, or make it at least specific, like we use the in English. Here, gazete is the noun, means a newspaper, and the last letter is a is nj. So we have used this letter, and there you can see y as well. Why? Because in Turkish language generally two vowel letters cannot come after one another, so we need a buffer in order to separate these vowel letters. It is a general rule. Well, let's see some more examples here. O gazeteye okur. He is reading the newspaper. It means I as a suffix added to make it this newspaper or gazette clear, specific. It means the specific which is clear, which is a direct object, which the reader or the listener already knows that. Or Ali Zainabe seviyor. Ali loves Zainab. Bu kitabe, this book. Why this letter? Because Kalen letter is there. And here is some general notes. You should learn them. Use the buffer y before adding the accusative case if the word ends in vowel letters. Well, I told you there's a general rule in Turkish language that the two vowel letters cannot come after one another, so you need to add a buffer or a space there. So this letter is added just as a buffer or to create a space to separate two vowel letter. And the way which letter you can, which suffix you should choose, you already know, or which suffix to choose, because you already know the vowel harmony, and that is very clear that you are dividing the 8 vowel letters into 4 categories, and considering those 4 categories you are adding your suffix. And the second note you should know is that while adding the suffix to a proper noun, add an apostrophe as well. Whenever you are adding a suffix, accusative suffix or any suffix to a proper noun, Zainab is a proper noun, you know this, so there an apostrophe is required. And similarly, still referring to the previous lesson, actually the main form of this noun is this way, Zainab, ending with P. But I told you that when a noun ends in festik çeşahap, specifically K, T, Ç, P, so you change them as well. P is changed to B, Zainab. Why? Because the suffix is a vowel letter. Well, it's all about accusative case. Accusative case is used when you are using a noun as a specific direct object. And the second case is dative case. Dative case is used to describe indirect object and motions toward. Generally in English equivalent we have 2. and the suffix, and this suffix is either a or a, in order that a noun should be a destination. And at that case we use dative case, and we add these suffixes considering the two-way vowel harmony. See, for example, here ben okula gidiyorum. You already know okul means school. I am going to school. Here school is also a noun and it's a destination. In Turkish, when a noun is used as a destination, you are using this suffix, either a or e. Ben okula gidiyorum, and you have used here a because the last vowel is kalın. Sen partiye gidiyorsun. You are going to party. Here party is the direct object or a specific object. Arkadaşıma kitap aldım. I bought a book to my friend. To my friend. O İstanbul'a seyahat ediyor. He is traveling to Istanbul. So generally, whenever a noun is functioning as a destination or as a direct or as a indirect object. Here arkadaşım indirect object. I bought a book to my friend. So here are some more notes you should know. If a word ends in vowel letters, add buffer y. There's a general rule. Whenever you're adding a suffix and that suffix begins with a vowel letter and also the word ends in vowel letter, so there you need this buffer. If it is positive case, add the buffer letter n as hayvanat bahçesine. Here hayvanat bahçesine gidiyoruz. We are going to the zoo. Hayvanat bahçesi, it is a noun, so whenever you are adding this e in order to make it destination, so before adding e you are adding this n as a suffix. In other places you are adding y as a buffer, but when it comes to possessive cases we add n. With possessive case we add n. When adding the suffix to proper nouns, add an apostrophe as well. Istanbul. Well, now you know that whenever you are adding a suffix to a proper noun, you need to add an apostrophe as well. O İstanbul'a seyahat ediyor. It's traveling to Istanbul. Istanbul is a proper noun, and there you have added an apostrophe. While adding the suffix, remember the vowel and consonant harmony. Kitab. Yes. Now you already know those things. Lütfen kitaba, back. Please look at the book. Kitab. You already know kitab, book. And as I told you, whenever you are adding a suffix, you should consider consonant with vowel harmony. Specifically consonant festekçe şahab, and more specifically ktç p. The main form is kitab, but because a is a vowel, so you are adding this suffix, you are changing this p to b. Well, these are all the things that you should know the noun, that when a noun is functioning as a destination or as an indirect object, you are using a or a sounds. It means to. Whenever you're in English, when you're using to, it means you're moving towards a destination or indirect object. Well, yeah, first case, second case, third case. Now come to fourth case, locative case. A locative case, whenever a noun is used to describe a location. Noun is functioning as a location. Like in English, we use in, at, or on preposition before nouns when they are function as a location. And in Turkish, simply we add the suffix da. Now you know why de, because it follows two-way vowel harmony. When to use da or de, you already know this. And you also know the consonant harmony, that when to use ta or te, because you know that when a noun ends with fıstıkçı hop, you change the form of these suffixes to ta or te, and when you, when you are adding these suffixes, you consider the kalin ve nj vowel harmonies as well. Let's see some examples here. Park means park. Park ta means in the park or at the park. Banyo means bathroom. Banyo da means at the bathroom or in the bathroom. Here why da is changed to ta? Because this word ends in fıstıkçı shahab k. So the suffix is changed. Or here, hotel means hotel. Hotel de, why? Da is changed to de because the last vowel letter is a. So inje should be considered here. Bakkal, store, bakkal da. Because here we have a sound at the store. So it was as simple as that. Locative case, whenever a noun is functioning as a location used to describe a location, we are using locative case, and with locative case we use the suffix da. Now we know these changes as well, because we should consider the vowel and consonant harmonies as well. So locative case also done. Now come to ablative case. Well, with ablative case, whenever once it is similar to dative case. In dative case, I said when a noun is functioning as a destination, but in ablative case, when a noun is functioning as a source that we use from, used in Turkish to convey motion from a place. For example, from school to home, from market to bazaar, from my room to your room. Whenever a noun function as a source, so you use ablative case, and with ablative case you use the suffix dan. It also can be dan, den, tan, ten, considering all those vowel and consonant harmonies. So let's see some examples. Here we have park, park tan, from the park. Here you have park tan, from the park. Köy means village, köyden, from the village. Why you have used den here? Because here we have ince letter. Saray, saraydan, from the palace. Office means office, office ten, dan is changed to ten because this word ends in s, which is one of fıstıkçı şahap letter. Well, it was all about ablative case. In ablative case, we use use it to convey the motion from a place, the meaning of the idea of motion from a place. Well, Now come to instrumental case. إله. Instrumental case it conveys the meaning of with in English, or by means, and we use إله suffix. It was somehow old, but in modern fashion that is a little changed. It means now mostly we are not using it as a separate word, but we attach it to the word. Like here you see la, because it can be either la or le, considering the two-way vowel harmony. Let's see some examples, then it gets clear. That with. Babam means my father. Babam la, with my father. See, this ila now is not used as an independent word, but that is somehow attached to this word, and this letter is removed, only L on A is remaining. Kedi means cat. Kedila, with the cat. Why here we have the letter Y? Because I already explained that whenever you are adding a suffix to a noun or a verb, that the two vowel comes together, so in order to separate those two vowel letters you use the buffer letter Y. You may say that here we don't have vowel letter, here is L is consonant, but think of its originality. The original form is ile, so for that reason here we have used Y. Urat menem is our teacher, urat menem is la, with our teacher. So now I think this case is clear. Whenever you are using the idea of with, you use ile with the noun. Well, come to genitive case or possessive case. Genitive case is actually the possessive case. The genitive case is expressed with the suffix in Turkish. This case is used to show position. And the buffer in must be added to the root that ends in a vowel. Well, we already know that whenever we are separating two vowel letter in a possessive case, we use the buffer case n. So generally when to show the possessive case we use the suffix in. Let's see some more details here. See, benim arabam, my car, Ahmetin arabasi, or onun arabasi, his car, Aishanin kitabe var, Aisha has a book. See, possessive case in Turkish is a bit different from English. In English, easily you add the apostrophe s at the end of the possessor, and that is clear. For example, Ahmad's kitab, Ahmad's book, kitab is Turkce, Ahmad's book, the book of Ahmad. So only you use apostrophe at the end of the possessor noun, but in Turkish that is different. We use genitive case with the possessor, also possessive case with the possessed noun. If you want to show position in Turkish, we need to add a genitive case suffix to the possessor and the possessive suffix to the possessed noun. So the possessor, that is clear, easy. Whenever you are using a noun, so you add the suffix in to the noun. But with the possessed noun, you also add possessive suffixes, which here is listed. Now, don't be afraid of all these suffixes. I wrote them or just separately in order to understand them well. Actually, you already know that. So simply you can use these 4 letters considering the 4-way vowel harmony. So for more clarity, I got this note from different sources, and I just put it that way. So now you know this, so I did not think, I thought at least that now you know, and that is not necessary to remove them and just separate all these 4 letters and write M. Actually, see, you have only M here, and before M you have one of these 4 letters. You add these 4 letters before the word M, considering the 4-way vowel harmony. So, see, benim arabam, you know benim passive adjective, and araba car, here you have used only M, my car, because there is noun ends with a vowel letter. A is a vowel letter, but if it ends in a consonant letter, you add one of these letters, considering the 4-way vowel harmony. But if that noun ends in vowel harmony, only M is enough, considering the subject. If the subject is ban, M. If the subject is san, N. If the subject is O, here again, C, S. Well, these letters are also added considering the 4-way vowel harmony. You should know them. But if or only you can add these 4 letters with a consonant. When the subject is bees, here a lot of suffixes, but don't worry, you know them when to use them, because see, only M with Z constant, but other letters are changed. These letters are changed. They are changed considering the 4-way vowel harmony. Don't worry about them at all. Well, let's see some more examples. Here are a lot of examples that I have collected from different sources. You can see these examples. Benim arabam, senin bisikletin, your bicycle. Bisiklet, see, bisiklet, this part. And this suffix is added here, in. Onların okulu, you know okul means school, and onların okulu, sadece, only that is added here. Onun adı, his or her name. See these examples. Kedim, my cat. Kedi is the noun. Only M is added there. Why? Because this word ends in vowel letter. Kedin, your cat. And now you know these suffixes. And if you don't know even, don't worry about them. Don't worry about this personal suffixes at all, because you will study them in a separate lessons. But if you already know them, that is good. Kedi, kedisi, his or her or its cat. Kedimiz, our cat. Kediniz, your cat. Kedisi, their cat. With third person, third subject, singular or plural, there is no difference. You can use them similarly. Here, Aslan. Aslan means lion, but see here, Aslan ends in a consonant letter N, or Turkish pronunciation ne. So, see here, this letter is added before M, and it is only added considering the vowel harmony. Here A is used, so we have used this letter. Now you know that the table that you just saw is not too difficult. It just looks difficult, but as soon as you see some examples and understand the vowel harmonies, then that is easy. So benim aslanim, my aslan. Here benim is used inside a parenthesis because you can remove them as well. Aslanim conveys the idea of my lion, so no need to say benim, my aslanim. In Turkish it is good, but in English you need to say, for example, my book. If you remove my, then it cannot convey the meaning, but in Turkish you can remove that. Aslanim, my lion. Aslanin, your lion. Senin, aslanin. See, if it was ended in a vowel letter, only N was added, as you saw here, kedi, kedin. But here, because aslan is ended in a consonant, you see that one more letter is added, and that letter is added considering the vowel harmony. Your lion. Unun aslani, his or her lion. Aslanimiz, our lion. See this suffix. Now you know that it is not that difficult as it looks here. Once more, I would like to show you. Here it looks very difficult. You don't know how to remember them, but as soon as you see some examples, it gets very easy. Aslani means our lion. Aslani knees, your lion. Well, now I hope you know the positive case as well. That was as easy as this. Now let's generally review this. A nominative case, the main form of noun without any suffix. Accusative case, when the noun is used as a definite object or direct object. We add these suffixes. Dative case, whenever the noun is used as a destination or indirect object, or whenever you are trying to convey the idea of towards a noun, so we use the suffix, this suffix, considering the two-way vowel harmony. Locative case, whenever the noun function as a location, describe a location, so we use locative case and we add the suffix. Dade, tate, we know them, they are changed because of vowel harmonies, vowel and consonant harmonies, sound harmonies. Ablative case, it is whenever you are trying to convey the idea of moving from a noun, so you use ablative case. For example, from school. Here you, in dative case, you are to school, towards, or from. With ablative case, you use dan, then, tan, ten, considering the sounds harmonies. In instrumental case, ile, which conveys the meaning, the idea of with something. and genitive case, the possessive case. In possessive case, both possessor and possessed noun should be clear. I hope you have understood something. I'm attaching this note to the comment below, so you can download this note, or you can go to Duolingo and find all those notes there. I'm attaching these notes also because I collected some extra notes from other resources, from other websites, from other books as well. It might be more complete, so you can use them for your learning purpose. Thank you for joining me. Until our next lesson, goodbye.